Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you guys had good days so far. So now we are going to talk about inner coach. So if you are new here, I talk about life after divorce, how you can reimagine your life after divorce and you can make the best out of your life in the second half. Divorce is just a detour. Yes, you need the time to work on yourself after everything falls apart, which it did happen for me about 2 years ago. And in my case, not only divorce, I also lost my 21 years of corporate career, okay? Now I have a smile on my face, but if you look at my videos where I was journaling in 2024, it did not, because I was in a very, very dark tunnel. So if you are in those early stage or in the messy middle, know that it does not last forever, right? I'm a normal person. I went through it and I came out on the other side. And when you come out on the other side, my friends, it is really so beautiful. I wish I had words for you guys to tell you how bright the light is on the other side. But keep going. There's only one rule. Just keep going, don't give up. And if you don't have people around you where you surround yourself with those people who also uplifts you, who reminds you how good person you are and all of that, you are welcome here. You can join this YouTube community. You can also join the meetup community, which is Midlife Reinvention Community. Midlife Reinvention Community. I'm also going to put it down in the description section below. We have a lot of events that we do in Northern Virginia, and next year in 2026, we are actually, by the time you guys will watch this video, it will be probably early 2026. So anyway, we are also going to go nationwide next year, okay? So plus in different cities around DC. So if you are looking for people who live authentically and enjoy their life and be there for each other, because in this community there are people who are early in the separation phase, there are people who are in the messy middle, and there are people who are on the other side, right? So people support each other. Also there are different workshops and stuff where I help you guys to expedite that process, right? So expedite from this sad separation stage all the way until when you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because when I was going through my journey, there are a lot of trial and error I went through, and I figured that I want to help people. I really do feel like this is my calling. So I am passionate about this journey and helping people to cut down that time when people stay in that zone, because I have seen people, my friends, who are there for 3 years, 8 years. In life, they talk about time is the most valuable asset, right? We have heard that saying, but what I say is it's not the time, it's the joyful time. Nobody wants more time when you are stressed and worried, right? Especially during the holidays. So many people here, I'm like, it makes me wonder that they want to enjoy, but they get so stressed. I'm like, then why are you doing so much? But that's the thing that I think, you can't help with the way it is the way it is, right? So, but anyway, so the whole point of this is the inner coach. One thing you have to remember, that our mind tends to do the self-sabotaging at the beginning. Sorry, my thing is moving. The table is moving, so the the tripod is moving, but now I think it is not moving anymore. Anyway, so the point I was trying to make is that after the divorce, if you are feeling the shame and guilt, and if you think that you are not good enough, and you like you are responsible for whatever happened and stuff like that, first thing is just know that it is normal that those kind of thoughts come to your mind. But at the same time, you also have to remind yourself that at the time, based on what you knew, you did your best. At the time, based on what you knew, all the knowledge you had, you did your best. And if that didn't save the marriage, it is okay. You have to forgive that version of yourself. That is the key. People talk about forgiving others, letting go, but the most important part is that you have to forgive yourself, that version of yourself that did that, right? Because That was in the past. When we don't do that, we carry those emotional baggage with us, right? We carry those emotional baggage with us, and that continues not only when you are trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel, it continues to the next relationship, which is not good for you, to the next person, and the next relationship. The reason is for that reason, a lot of second marriages end up in divorce. So if you don't know the numbers, these are not my numbers, you can look it up. CDC and all of them, they have research. First marriage divorce rate is 30 to 40%. Second marriage, 60 to 70%. Third marriage, 73% or 67. The third is higher anyway, that's the point. But the first to second, it almost doubles. Why? Because a lot of time people don't go through these experiences where they're thinking why certain things are happening, because it is so important to think that why certain things are happening, right? And why you are reacting certain way, because we have to break the pattern in ourselves. So the inner critic and inner coach, you guys will know that I talk about it a lot in my 2024 the journaling videos, right? My inner coach framework. It's also in my new book that came out, the Grateful After Goodbye, which is live on Amazon. The paperback is out, the Kindle is out, the hardcover will be out by the time you guys watch this video. So anyway, because Amazon needs different formatting, that's why they're out at a different time. Anyway, the point is, even if you end up reading my book, you will see how my reinvention was. I was like, going in cycles, right? Going in cycles with those emotions. I talk about it openly, that all the emotions that I was going through. But the part we have to remember is we have to honor those emotions. We have to tell ourselves it's okay to feel that way. It is okay that we had all of this, because sometimes when you look back, because our mind, the perception creates the reality, right? So since at the end of a divorce, it seems like everything is like, was all those years that we spent together, was it all not worth it, right? Those kind of questions will come to your mind. But then you will get to a phase where you would realize that even from those years, some good came out, right? Like my daughter in my case, and even in our early years of our marriage and somewhere in between also it was good. But towards the end, you have heard that saying, maybe divorce happens in our mind a lot before the papers are signed, right? So it is normal, because people drift apart. In our case, we were growing, because everybody grows, but we are growing in different direction. And until the drifting apart goes so far beyond that you can't come together, that's when divorce just, it becomes inevitable. And a lot of people try the reconciliation. We did too. And I do highly encourage for everybody to try that, because that is necessary to get to a place when you have that inner critic and inner coach battle, the inner coach wins, right? Because even if you go for therapy, if you go for coaching, like in my case, I coach people for, it's all future focused, right? Therapy is great, but in my opinion, therapy helps you to process the past and maybe somewhat to the present, but there is not much talk about the future reinvention, right? Like, how can you make your life better from the point of view that this is really, truly a rebirth, right? Only if you consider it's a rebirth, live your life fully everywhere. The rich quadrant, right? Relationship, ideal life, deepest dreams and desire, career, health, all of that, right? You do what you really enjoy doing. Don't shrink for others. Be fully yourself, your authentic self. Because when you do, my friend, life becomes so freeing. I can't tell you. I learned that by doing. There are places when it was like uncomfortable, I had to say no. But slowly, when you start doing that, you build that authentic version of yourself, that you fall in love with yourself. Not in a weird way. It's like having that self-compassion, right? Having that self-compassion for liking something you do. Like for me, I love Christmas. And that is something that, I know it's not an extreme example, but the point is that I just love it. I share it with people, and that is what you want to enjoy to the point that, like, there's no end. But anyway, you get the point. So live your authentic self. People will see it. You will be happy, and people around you will be happy. So try that, my friend, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care, and please do share these videos with others if it helps you, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Take care. Bye.